Hello students, I am Srishti Tiwari here. We are going to discuss about the environmental factors contributing to health, that is waste. In the last class we have discussed about the first part of the waste, that was regarding the garbage, and today we are going to discuss about the second part, that is about the excreta. So first part was about the garbage and its method of disposal we have discussed, and the second part is the excreta and the method of disposal. So today we will discuss this second part, that is the excreta, and the third part is the sewage and its treatment, that we will discuss in after this class. And we are going to start with the second, that is excreta. In this we will discuss some health importance and how this problem is extended in the India, and how the disease is being carried from the excreta, and what the measures has to be taken to spreading of to control the spreading of diseases, and what are the methods of the proper disposal of excreta. So this is the methods of disposal. So mainly this is being divided into two parts. First one is unsewered area, and second one is for the sewered area. So mainly the unsewered area is having the three types, that is non-service type, and service type, and the latrine suitable for camps and training uses or temporary uses. And sewered area, second one is a sewered area. Sewered area is being divided into the three. This is the primary treatment, secondary treatment, and other method of disposal. Before moving towards, we have to know about the excreta. Excreta is the matter is being discharged from the human body, mainly that is the feces and urine, and this is the very infectious source, we can say. This is the excreta or feces or urine. This is the infectious source mainly, and it is the important cause of environmental pollution or environment pollution. Next, how it is creating impact on the human health, that is the soil pollution. If the raw excreta will be thrown anywhere or it will get open defecated, so it will pollute the soil. If the soil will be polluted, so it raw material, it is the harmful for the agricultural purpose, so it will be the harmful. Next one is the water pollution. As in this picture you can see, mainly because of excreta the water is being polluted. So because of water pollution, several type of waterborne diseases is taking place. Third one is the propagation of the flies. If in the raw excreta, mainly the propagation of the flies is taking place and the population of the flies is getting increased. If the propagation of the flies will be increased, it carries the microorganism and it will affect the new host, and contamination or full will be also by the propagation of the flies. In the next we will see, due to improper disposal of excreta, there are several diseases are taking place. So diseases are typhoid, cholera, viral hepatitis, hookworm diseases, parasitic infection, ascariasis, paratyphoid fever, intestinal infection, dysenteries, and diarrheas. Some agents for causing these diseases: Salmonella typhi for typhoid fever, Vibrio cholerae for causing cholera, rotavirus for diarrhea, Ascaris lumbricoides for ascariasis. So these all are some agents that is causing these diseases. This slide is denoting means how the diseases is carried from the excreta. As in the picture you can see, this is the raw excreta. If the raw excreta or this will be because of the open defecation, we can say. So By this raw excreta, the water will be polluted, our hands or fingers will be polluted, and propagation of the flies will be there, and the soil pollution, as in the next previous slide we have already seen. So because of these sources, the food will become contaminated, or if the contaminated food will be taken by the healthy person, so the person which have taken or which have taken the food, it will become the host of that particular diseases. For example, if this excreta is of scariasis affected person, if this excreta is of scariasis affected person, so the eggs of the Ascaris lumbricoides will be on the excreta, raw excreta will be there, and the propagation of the flies will takes place over on the raw excreta. And if these flies will sit on the food, these flies will carry the egg on the food, and it will make food contaminated. If the healthy person will eat that food, the person will be also get affected with the Ascaris lumbricoides, because the eggs of the Ascaris lumbricoides will go to the person's intestine, and it will cause the scariasis for the new host. And what are the measures that we have to take to protect new host? As you can see, this is the feces, and if we will take sanitation barrier, means sanitation barrier meaning here we can say if the proper disposal of the excreta or the feces will be there, so all these contamination will not be there. If means water pollution and soil pollution, food and the fingers pollution will not be there, so the host will be protected. In the next we will see methods of disposal. This is the important things that we are going to discuss about, so you people have to be more concentrated from here. Mainly this is methods of disposal is mainly being divided into two parts, that is for unsewered area and for sewered area. Unsewered area is mainly divided into three, that is service type, non-service type, and latrine suitable for camps and training use. Sewered area is mainly divided into three: primary treatment, secondary treatment, and other method of disposal. We will discuss one by one. And unsewered area is being again divided into some types, that is service type, it is also known as Conservancy system, and the non-service type of latrine is being divided into 5: aqua privi, septic tank, water seal type of latrine. And water seal type of latrine is again being divided into 3: PRAI type, RCA type, and Sulabh Shauchalaya. And the Dugwell latrine or borehole latrine. Third classification of unsewered area is latrine suitable for camp and temporary use. It is being divided into 4 mainly: shallow trench latrine, deep trench latrine, pit latrines, and borehole latrines. Before moving towards the explanation, we have to know about the unsewered area. As in the picture you can see, mainly in the rural areas, there the no proper disposal of excreta or not proper draining system is not there, that is known as the unsewered area. In the next we will see the service type of latrine for unsewered area. It is known as Conservancy system. In as in the picture you can see, this bucket is being kept here. In this the excreta is used to person is used to excrete the excreta in the bucket only. This is known as the Conservancy, because it is excreta is being conserved in the bucket. That's why it is known as Conservancy, or the carriage. That's why it is known as the Conservancy system. As here you can see the seat pedestal. As you can see here, this hole will be here and person can sit on that and person will excrete in the bucket. It is called as a service type because the person is needed to empty the bucket. That's why it is known as service type or Conservancy system. In the next we will see this side view of the Conservancy system. In the picture you can see this is the seat and pedestal. The person will sit over here, a hole is there, and the excreta will be collected in the bucket. Disadvantages of the Conservancy system are if the excreta will be collected in the bucket, so continuous smelling will be there, and it will promote the flies breeding, and it will be the health risk to raw excreta. This excreta will be the raw, it will not be ripe, so that's why it is a health risk to the raw excreta and promote fecal borne diseases. And it will promote the fecal borne disease, mainly the scariasis and the hookworm infestations and all. And the health risk to the people handling the excreta means the person or the sweeper is emptying the bucket or the night soil, the person will be on the risk of the health hazards. In the next slide we will see, that is for the non-service type of latrine that we are going to discuss. This before moving towards the non-service type of latrine, some criteria has to be followed over here. So criterias are the excreta should not be contaminate the ground and the surface water, and the excreta should not pollute the soil, so the open defecation is avoided, and the excreta should not be accessible to the flies, rodents, animals and pigs. Means it is the vehicle for the transmission of disease, that's why it should not be accessible to the flies, rodents and all. And the excreta should not create a nuisance or the odour unsightly appearance. In the next two we are going to discuss about the borehole latrine. That is the first one. Borehole latrine is first introduced by the Rockefeller Foundation during the 1930 in the campaign of the hookworm control. It is being introduced in the 1930. In the next slide you can see the latrine. This borehole latrine is circular hole will be there, that is should be the 30 to 40 centimeter in diameter, and the depth should be the 4 to 8 meter only. So for the making hole, for making hole, a special type of instrument or the drilling machine we can say is needed, and it will be very concrete or it will be very narrower, and the diameter will be only the 4 to 8 meter. Depth will be only 4 to 8 meter. And here in the picture you can see this is the borehole type of latrine. Here this is the narrower type of hole is there, and the sludge is being collected here. And in the next slide we will see the merits and demerits of the borehole latrine. Merits, there is no need for the service of the sweepers for the daily removal, as in the previous for the service type of latrine we have seen there is a sweeper is needed for the emptying the bucket, as here there is no need of any sweeper for the removal of night soil, and it is unsuitable for the fly breeding. It is unsuitable for fly breeding, and in the previous in the service type of latrine we have seen there is a fly breeding will be more, and there will not be any danger for the water pollution if the location of the borehole latrine is away 15 meter away from the water supply. And some demerits of the borehole latrine is it is a small capacity, means it is having the depth of only 4 to 8 meter, that's why it is having the small capacity. And a special and the means the special type of instrument is needed for the construction or making the borehole, and it may be difficult or it may be the difficult to making hole if the borehole is going to make in the subsoil or the sandy soil, so the making hole will be the difficult. In the next slide we are going to discuss about the Dugwell latrine. Dugwell latrine or a pit latrine was first introduced by the Singer in the West Bengal in 1949 in to the 1950, the diameter will be the 75 centimeter. In this picture, as you can see, we can compare to the borehole latrine. In the borehole latrine, the diameter was only about the 40 to 45 centimeter, and here it is a broader. The Dugwell is the broader, so capacity will be increased here. So what was the demerit of the borehole latrine? That has to come to overcome from that demerit, the borehole latrine is being made, you can see, and the pit has no longer life than borehole because of the greater capacity, because it is having greater capacity and it is easy to construct, and there is a no special instrument is needed. In the next slide, we are going to discuss about the third type, that is the water seal type of latrine. It is mainly of two types. The PRAI type involved by the Planning Research and the Action Institute, Lucknow. The RCA type designed by the Research cum Action projects in environmental sanitation of the Ministry of Health. Next slide we will see water seal type of latrine. It is of two type. The PRAI type involved by the Planning Research and Action Institute, Lucknow. The RCA type designed by the Research cum Action projects in the environment sanitation of the Ministry of Health. We will discuss the RCA type. This is the type of water seal type of latrine. In this we will discuss about the squatting plate. As here in the picture you can see, this is the squatting plate, pan, this is the pan, and the trap from the pan till the connecting pipe, it is a trap, and this is the important part, we can see it is making the water seal, and the connecting pipe, it will connect from the trap till the Dugwell, and the superstructure will be there. We will discuss one by one what are the parts or the elements are being needed in the RCA type. So mainly making the RCA type of latrine, the location of the RCA type of latrine should be the 50 to 20 meter distance from the source of water supply. This is the elements of RCA type of latrine. This is the squatting plate. This is the squatting place where the person used to sit. Why it is known as squatting? Because person used to sit in the squatting position. That's why it is known as squatting plate. Second one is a pan and trap. So in the squatting plate, you can understand by the pan. This part is known as pan. This is the squatting plate and this part is known as pan. The length of the pan will be the 42.5 centimeter, and the width will be the from the front portion, it will be the 12.5 centimeter. The length of the pan will be the 42.5 centimeter, and the breadth will in the front size, it will be the 12.5 centimeter, and in the widest breadth, that will be the 20 centimeter. So these all are about the pan. So next one is a trap. Trap is a bent pipe. In this picture you can see after the pan, it is a bent pipe. You can see this is known as trap. So this is the main part, it is used in making water seal. It holds the water and provides the necessary water seal, and when the water seal will be there, water will be held in the trap, it will not be allow the bacteria or microorganism from the pit to the pan. So that's why this water seal type of latrine is very important. If the trap will be here, so whatever microorganism are is present in the Dugwell, it will not be able to come to the pan. This is connecting pipe and Dugwell. In this picture you can see after the trap, the connecting pipe is here, and it is being open in the Dugwell. The connecting pipe centimeter will be the 7.5 centimeter in diameter. In the next we will see the superstructure. Superstructure means it will provide the shelter and privacy. And maintenance, people should be educated and people should know about the flush of the pan after use with the adequate water. Next, the Sulabh Shauchalaya we will discuss. The invention of a Patna based firm by Dr. Vindeshwar Pathak. It is consist of a special design pan and water seal. It is a two-pit system. It is also known as two-pit system because it is having two pit. That's why it is known as two-pit system. It is connected with the two pit. That's why it is known as two-pit system. And when it will be in the use, this toilet will be in the use. So one pit will be the closed by the valve, and the whatever the excreta will be produced, it will go only in the one pit. When the one pit will be full, so this will be closed with the valve and this will be opened. So till this is getting full, so this excreta will become ripe, and after that it can be emptied and it can be desludged in the in any areas. Next we are going to discuss about the septic tank. This is the important, as in the picture you can see, this is the inlet and this is the outlet. Inlet is the important part for carrying the excreta into the tank, and here you can see the separation here. So whatever the raw excreta is coming through the inlet, it will become sedimented in the floor of the septic tank, and whatever the excreta is being remained in this tank, it will go in the next compartment, and whatever the remaining sludge is or the raw excreta is there, it will sediment or settle down in the next compartment of the septic tank. And whatever the water is coming from the inlet, in that capacity or in that velocity only it will get out from the outlet. And in the next we will see the capacity or some features of the septic tank. Capacity is at least about the 50 gallons, and the length is about 2 to 2.5 meter, and the breadth is 1 to 1.5 meter. Depth is of 1.5 to 2 meter. Liquid depth is 1.2 meter. Air space should be the 30 centimeter, and the bottom slope it should be towards the inlet only. Inlet and outlet will be there, cover should be there, and retained period, whatever the excreta raw excreta is coming, it will take it can take the time of 24 hours for the getting settled down. In the next you will see the operation and maintenance. The use of soap water and the disinfectants and phenol, such as phenol, should be avoided. If this type of disinfectant will be used, so it will kill the microorganism which are present in the tank. So whatever the microorganism are present in the tank, they are helping in the ripening of the excreta. So if that will the bacteria or the microbes will be killed by this infectants, so the odor will be can come out through the outlet. In the next slide we will see the desludging. When the tank is being filled, or once in a year, it has to be desludged or it has to be removed. And if the ripening of the sludge is there, it will be through in the some it can be used for the agricultural purposes. Next one is aqua privi. It is a fifth type of non-service type of latrine. It consists of watertight chamber filled water. As in this picture you can see, the connecting pipe is connecting pipe is submerged in the water. So the 75 millimeter the pipe should be submerged in the water, and it is making water seal, and here the trap is not being used. That's why it is known as aqua privi, and we will see the some disadvantages and advantages of the aqua privi. Advantages of that: it can be blocked, it cannot be blocked with a bulky anal cleaning material. Nil problem with the odour and flies cannot be breed over there, and can be connected to the sewage system at the later date. Disadvantage: it is expensive and need large volume of water to work. To making it water seal, the large amount of water is needed, so it is hard to maintain. Tanks must be emptied about 3 years. In third type we are moving towards, that is latrine suitable for camps and temporary use. So in this mainly we will discuss about the shallow trench and deep trench. Shallow trench, by the name itself you can know about it, the trench will be only about the 30 centimeter in width, and it will be deeper 90 to 150 centimeter. And the deep trench, this type of latrine is intended for camp, for the longer duration, and the weak. The depth of the deep trench will be 1.8 to 2.5 meter, and the width will be 7.5 to 90 meter. And the superstructure will be built to maintain privacy and protection. And till here we have discussed about the unsewered area, and now we are going to start with the second classification, that is sewered area. Sewered area, in this mainly water carriage system. Water carriage system or the sewer system, it is a process of collecting and transporting of human excreta through from a house or from the residential area, commercial area, by the network of undergoing pipe. It is known as the water carriage system. It is of two type mainly. This is mainly needed in the where the population density is high, mainly in the urban areas. It is mainly of two types: combined sewer system and separate sewer system. We will see one by one. Combined sewer system, this sewer carries both, means sewage and the surface water both. That's why it is known as combined. And separate sewer system, it carries only the sewage water, it is not carrying the surface water. That's why it is known as separate sewer system. In the next slide we will see the elements of water carriage system: household sanitary, house sewers, public sewers, and sewer appurtenance. As in the picture you can see, whatever the material, all the excreta is being produced by the house, it is coming to the house sewer. After coming to the house sewer, it will connect to the public sewer. After connecting to the public sewer, it will go to the sewer appurtenance or for the sewer treatment. As in this you can see, this is the two drainage pipe is there. This one is the separate sewer system, because this is carrying the sewer sludge. It is carrying the excreta or sewer sludge, and this one is carrying the surface water, means separately the water is going through it. That's why it is known as separate sewer system. And next it will go to the sewer appurtenance. Public sewer means the house sewers are connecting together from the different houses, then it is known as public sewer. In the next we will see the household sanitary, means from how the water is being produced from the houses, like the water closets. Water closets mainly you can see, this is the Indian squatting types and the Western commode type. In the next, the urinal wash basin. This all are some sources where the household sanitary is being produced. So when the household sanitary, it will go to the house, it will make the house sewer. After making house sewer, it will go to the public sewer. After public sewer, it will connect to the sewer appurtenance. So this is the system, and in the third part it is remaining, that we will discuss in the next class. If you guys are having any problem, you can ask your doubts. I will try to clear your doubt. Thank you all.